Something terrible is going to happen tonight at 9:56. How do I know? Because I've lived this day thousands of times already. Before I say anything, I just have to tell you, if anyone makes one single fucking Groundhog's Day joke, I swear to God, I will find a way to break your neck through Reddit. Believe me when I say that I have enough time on my hands to figure out a way. So, one day I got into my parents' SUV with my little sister for a road trip. We did the usual pee breaks and gas station runs, but other than that, we spent the whole day in the car. My phone died halfway through. No one had packed a car charger for any of the devices, so our batteries all eventually died. That was a nightmare. Then, at 9:56, things started being really weird. First, the GPS stopped working. Dad was just starting to worry aloud that he might have taken a wrong turn when the satellite radio went out. We switched to the old-fashioned radio using actual radio waves, but there was nothing on any of those channels either. Then, there was a strange sound everywhere, like a buzzing, humming sound. Then a flash of light, and then nothing. Then I woke up in my bed again, and got ready for the trip. I thought it was just a dream that first night. At least it reminded me to pack the charger. The whole day was eerily familiar. The stops to pee, the gas stations, the songs on the radio, the things the DJ said, the commercials, even the tantrums my little sister had. My parents' conversations, it was like I'd lived it all before. Then, the same thing happened. At 9:56, that buzzing, humming, and that flash of light, and then nothing again. Then I woke up again. I can't tell you how many times I've made this post. Does anyone remember reading it before? Do you remember telling me it was like Groundhog's Day? Do you remember the conversations about time? One of you said something really clever about it, about something called an event horizon, but I don't remember the exact conversation. I Googled it, but I keep getting some shitty movie with the guy from Jurassic Park. Anyway, I'm typing this from the back seat of my parents' car. My sister's sleeping, but she's going to wake up soon, because in about 10 seconds, my dad is going to hit a pothole and swear, and she's going to start crying. Then, the radio is going to play some old Beatles song, and my mom is going to get that look like she's thinking about something that happened 95 years ago, and my dad's going to take her hand while I offer my sister her bottle again. Then, in an hour, apparently, the world is going to end. Again. I've tried warning people. I've tried finding out what happens. I've even tried refusing to get out of bed, like somehow my family being on a road trip has anything to do with the apocalypse. But it always ends the same way. Everything is gone at 9:56. At least it doesn't hurt. Somehow the loop broke, but something terrible is still happening at 9:56. Attempt number 718. I don't know if it's going to work this time, but something happened the last time it was Friday. 718 days ago. Something happened that day, and it sure as hell wasn't me that made it happen. I'll tell you the story real quick of what happened last time it was Friday. Last time it was Friday, I got out of bed and got ready for the road trip. I didn't keep count back then, so I don't know how many Fridays I went through like that. I didn't change anything big. I got a different kind of sandwich at the place that we stopped at for lunch and brought different books along. Nothing like that ever changes anything. It's like dropping a rock in a bathtub. It doesn't matter where you drop it. The whole surface is going to ripple, no matter what part it falls in. And maybe the ripples are a little different each time, but at the end of the day, you've got a rock in a bathtub. Anyway, I made my post on Reddit and read the usual comments. It's hard to keep them all straight sometimes. things change just a little. Wordings of things, the references you make. The longer the conversations are, the more replies, the more different they get. At 9:55, I started bracing myself for the usual. Electronic distortions, loss of GPS, the end of the world, I think. 9:56 ticks by. 9:57 rolled around and I couldn't believe it. I lunged forward to turn on the radio. I skimmed the stations until I found a news report. I was listening to that, my mother complained a little, but I was too concentrated on straining to hear the news that I barely even heard her. There was a lot of static, but I made out that reports were coming in. "I gotta go potty," said my sister in a sing-song voice from the seat next to me. Ugh, they were saying something about something off the East Coast. "Let's find a place to stop," my mom suggested. Something about how something was scrambled moments ago. "We just stopped an hour ago," my dad debated. "Your daughter has to use the bathroom," Mom told him with that icy mom tone where you don't want to fuck with her. "Number 2, Lydia cheered from beside me. Still straining my ears, I heard the word, averted. I threw myself back against the seat, breathing hard and nearly crying. I remember thinking all those days ago that it was finally over. I don't know what happened. I didn't even really care what happened. It was over. Whatever had happened all those times was over. By the time we got to the hotel, I'd half convinced myself that this was all a dream, or maybe a story I'd thought up and convinced myself it was real. I plugged in my phone, stretched out on the hotel bed, and slept like a baby. Saturday was the best day ever. Everything was new and different. I woke up in the hotel room and watched some crappy morning show while my parents got Lydia ready. We piled back in the car and took off. We stopped at new restaurants, saw new things on the side of the road, and hit new potholes. There were new songs on the radio, new topics of conversation. It was the best day of my life. Then it got late and dark. We pulled up at our destination, my aunt's house, right around 9 o'clock. Got unpacked and everything. By 9:30, Lydia was asleep, and my parents were having a few glasses of wine with my aunt. I went out on the porch to get some fresh air and look at the sky for a few minutes. There's just something about seeing 1,000 stars that puts you at ease, you know? This time at 9:56, I felt the world come apart from beneath my feet. Something shook, something large and heavy, something loud. The booming sound was almost deafening, and it seemed like everything was shaking. The last thing I remember from that first Saturday was hitting my head on something. I think one of the porch railings. Then I woke up in the hotel room again. It was Saturday. The same shitty morning show, the same restaurants, the same fights and conversations and songs. I try to discover what I can about the end this time. I can move around more now. I'm at my aunt's and not stuck in a car. Nothing's been on the TV or the news leading up to 9:56 on Saturday. Apparently there was some kind of unidentified aircraft flying too close to U.S. airspace on Friday, but no more news about it yet. The longest I stayed awake and alive on a Saturday was until 10:03. I started running away from my aunt's house, and I made it pretty far until a sinkhole opened up underneath my feet. I swear I saw lava for a second before I woke up again. I tried suggesting to my parents that we take a longer way around. Maybe this time I was supposed to be in the car. That didn't work out for me. When the big shaking and crashing came, my dad lost control of the car, and we slammed head-on into a truck. At least that was quick. So, I write this every day, over and over, hoping that the same thing that happened on that last Friday will happen again. The conclusion I've reached: that I can't stop reaching is that one of you did something to end the loop, and I'd really, really like if you did it again. I don't know why it's always 9:56 when shit goes down. I don't know if the world will just end on 9:56 on Sunday if I make it out of this day. I don't know why the loop broke the last time it was Friday. But I really don't want to get to Saturday number 719. I know one of you did it last time. I think you're right. This isn't a loop that breaks from the inside. I need someone out there to pull it apart. There's a few hours left. Please make it stop again. It's stopped looping. Oh God. What have I done? I think this might be my last post here. I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go, but I doubt it has internet or a 4G connection. Okay, my last Saturday was number 718. The time came and nothing happened, and the night ended with me on the air mattress in my aunt's spare room. It has been Sunday for 27 days. Every other time, it was a rain of burning ash that covered everything at 9:56. Reminded me of Pompeii, not the shitty movie with the guy from Game of Thrones, or just the actual history thing that happened. So, on the 27th Saturday, I woke up and said, fuck it. Okay, many of you have been suggesting that I do something crazy. Have fun with the unlimited time and zero repercussions that a time loop provides. Go GTA, one of you said. Hijack a car, one of you said. Rob a liquor store, one of you said. Have sex with... No. You know, some of you really suck, you know that? But no, I did none of those things. The thing you have to understand is that I've been on this fucking road trip with my family for over 10 years. I've been listening to them all having the same conversations, singing the same songs to Lydia. I've watched them sloppily eat fast food while driving for over 10 years. I did the math, did my best to estimate. Friday took 8 years. It was the longest. Saturday took 2 years. I don't think anyone could take a family road trip for 10 years without losing it. Sunday, number 27, was the day I snapped a little. I woke up to the sound of Lydia crying again, and the sound of my parents bickering over who was going to deal with her again. She'd forgotten some all-important toy at home 10 years ago, and somehow she's still upset about it. What does it matter? I thought. It's all going to reset anyway. It doesn't matter what I do. I'd earned some stress relief. For 10 years, I haven't hurt anyone. I've tried to learn and communicate and figure out how to save the fucking world, and I've just had it. I've had it with these people. I've had it with this toddler. I've had it with this family trip. My aunt has this set of knives, all in the knife block, arranged from big to small. Convenient. I took the biggest one first. I've always wanted to know what it's like to do this for real, you know? You see it in movies, or you stab a guy in a video game, but a little part of you wonders what it feels like when the knife goes in. I sneaked up on my father in the bathroom, shaving. It only took 9 jabs in the chest to kill him. It's harder than it looks. I almost broke the knife on stab number 8, on one of his ribs, but that 9th jab went right through skin and muscle. Judging by the gurgling sound he made as he bled out, his lungs were punctured. "See you in the morning, Dad," I told him cheerfully. Next was Mom. She was the easiest one. Didn't even hear me coming up behind her. Too busy working on her stupid Sudoku. One slid across the neck and 4 stabs to her back. "It's okay," I told her, seeing the confusion and betrayal in her face. "You're not going to remember this in the morning." Lydia was the last one, the one I felt bad about. A little knife, 6 little puncture wounds. I had to leave. I couldn't watch. "Don't be mad, Lids," I told her, leaving her there on the kitchen floor. "It'll be okay in the morning." I stole my aunt's car. She'd been in the shower for all of this, but then again, it had only taken 15 minutes and took off. I didn't have anything to lose. I got as far as I could going south. Why south? Doesn't even matter, right? I could do the same thing again tomorrow when it's Sunday again and go north, then east, then west. By 2 in the afternoon, I was hearing the reports on the news looking for my aunt's car, so I dumped it and jacked a new one. I also threw out my phone and stole one off some lady at a Starbucks. I was pulling out all the stops, doing all the covert movie stuff to keep the cops off my tracks. I got some dinner and found a nice hill to watch the world end. Except it didn't. 9:56 came, then 9:57, then 10. I didn't make a Reddit post this morning. I didn't think one of you would stop the loop this time. Why did you have to stop it this time? Oh God. I don't think it's going to loop back again.